Hello and welcome back. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of natural language processing, or NLP, and exploring the stages of NLP, the step-by-step process that makes machines understand and interact with human languages. Think of NLP as the brains behind how your virtual assistant understands your commands or how your email filters out spam. It's a pretty big deal. From chatbots to translation apps, NLP is powering a whole bunch of tech we use every day. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you'll get notified whenever we post new content. If you enjoy learning about NLP and I, don't forget to like, comment and share this video with others who might find it useful. Now let's get started. First up, we have tokenization. Imagine trying to understand a whole sentence all at once. Your brain doesn't work like that, and neither do machines. That's where tokenization comes in. It's like separating Legos. You break down a sentence into individual words or phrases called tokens. So, I love NLP becomes 3 separate blocks. I love NLP. This step is crucial because it allows the computer to start processing language in smaller, more digestible chunks. It's the foundation for everything else NLP does, kind of like how understanding individual ingredients is essential before you can bake a cake. Next, it's time for some cleanup. We've got our tokens, but some of them, like the or is, don't add much meaning. These are called stop words, and they can clutter things up, so we remove them, kind of like tossing out junk mail. Then we normalize the remaining text. Think of it like organizing your desk. We convert everything to lowercase and expand contractions like can't to cannot. This way the computer sees NLP is cool, NLP is cool, and NLP is cool as the same thing. Now, let's talk about morphological analysis, which is all about understanding the structure and form of words. This is where stemming and lemmatization come in. Stemming is like taking a shortcut. It chops off prefixes and suffixes to get to the root word. So running becomes run and studies becomes study. So lemmatization is a bit more sophisticated. It uses a vocabulary and analysis to make sure we get the grammatically correct root form, or lemma. For example, better would become good because that's its dictionary form. With our words nice and clean, it's time to figure out what they're doing in a sentence. This is where part of speech, POS, tagging, comes in. It's like assigning a job title to each word. We tag nouns, verbs, adjectives, you name it. So, in the sentence, the cat sleeps, that gets tagged as a determiner, cat as a noun, and sleeps as a verb. This helps the computer understand the grammatical structure of the sentence, which is key for figuring out the meaning. We're getting into deeper waters now with syntactic analysis, or parsing. This stage is all about understanding the relationship between words and how they work together in a sentence. Think of it like diagramming a sentence in grammar school. We break down the sentence into its grammatical components, subject, verb, object, and figure out how they relate to each other. This helps the computer to understand who is doing what to whom. Up next is semantic analysis, where we finally start to unravel the meaning behind the words. This involves things like word sense disambiguation, which means figuring out the intended meaning of words that have multiple meanings, like bank, riverbank versus financial institution. We also have named entity recognition, which is like a detective for identifying and classifying important entities in the text, such as people, locations, organizations, and dates. With a good grasp of individual sentences, we move on to discourse integration, where we figure out how sentences connect to each other in a larger context. This is where things get really interesting. One key aspect is pronoun resolution. Remember those pesky pronouns like he, she, and it? Well, discourse integration helps us figure out who or what those pronouns refer to, making sure the meaning flows smoothly from one sentence to the next. Now, let's talk about the subtleties of language with pragmatic analysis. This stage is like teaching a computer to read between the lines and understand the implied meaning or intent behind the words. Think about sarcasm, metaphors, or indirect speech. These figures of speech add layers of complexity to language, and pragmatic analysis helps computers to decipher those hidden meanings, just like we do. Sentiment analysis is like giving a computer emotional intelligence. It's all about identifying the emotional tone or opinion expressed in a piece of text. Is it positive, negative, or neutral? This is super useful for understanding customer reviews, social media posts, and all sorts of text data where emotions play a role. Finally, we arrive at text-to-action conversion, where we take all the insights we've gained from the previous stages and put them into action. This is where NLP starts to get really practical. Think about chatbots that provide instant customer service, virtual assistants that understand your commands, or even language translation apps that break down communication barriers. All of these amazing applications are powered by the stages of NLP we've explored in this video. So there you have it, a journey through the fascinating world of NLP. We've covered a lot of ground today, from breaking down sentences to understanding their meaning, and even decoding emotions. NLP is a constantly evolving field, and the possibilities are pretty much endless. As technology advances, we can expect to see even more incredible applications that will change the way we interact with language and information. That's it for this video. Make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of tech. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.